How we doing, Chief? I'm not interfering.
Well, you are when you're doing that with the flags. This is a state-funded operation, and this is...
I'm just crossing the crosswalk.
Hey, listen, if you have the flag and you're walking with those officers, you're interfering. I'm asking you to stop that. In today's day and age, I think I have the right to ask you to identify yourself.
Hey everybody, it's James Freeman. Today's video is coming to us from Cache Valley Transparency out of Utah. He recorded this video in Logan, Utah, where the Logan police were doing a sting operation, pulling people over for failing to yield to pedestrians and crosswalks. Lieutenant Brett Randall was kind enough to spend 30 minutes on the phone with me, explaining to me how these operations are funded and what the actual results are. We'll get into that information in a few minutes, but the way this operation works is that two undercover cops walk back and forth through the crosswalk, while other officers watch from either unmarked or undercover cars and radio to marked units to tell them which vehicles failed to yield to the undercover cop pedestrians. Cache Valley saw the operation and was concerned about officer safety, and rightfully so. The truth is, according to Lieutenant Randall, that there have been a few pedestrians hitting crosswalks in Logan, Utah, as the weather's been getting warmer and people have been coming out more. With these officers repeatedly walking back and forth, it seems that it's only a matter of time before someone gets hit and injured or killed. Officer safety is number one. So Cache Valley moved in to protect the heroes. As you can see, there's some bright orange flags mounted to the crosswalk signs. Those are there so that pedestrians can pick them up and hold them and wave them as they cross the street, putting them on the sign on the other side when they get there. As you'll see, these officers are not only refusing to use the orange flags, trying to make themselves visible to drivers, but they often wait until traffic piles up and then step out in the street, trying to make cars slam on their brakes at the last second. Luckily, Cache Valley recognized this as a serious officer safety issue and remedied the problem by walking the officers across himself while waving the flag. While Cache Valley's actions definitely make everyone safer, they don't make it so that the Logan police can pull over 29 cars in 60 minutes. The chief realized that waving the orange flag made it so that drivers recognized the pedestrians and yielded to them. But here's the police problem. Cache Valley solved the public safety problem. Therefore, the Logan police had nobody left to pull over. And so the chief decided that what he was doing was called interference with public duties. If the chief's goal was to get drivers to see pedestrians in crosswalks, preventing accidents, he would have recognized Cache Valley's actions as a solution to the problem. Cars were yielding to the pedestrians, everyone was safer, problem solved. But clearly, the chief didn't want to make the community safer. He wanted to hand out citations. So he told Cache Valley that if he continued to make people safe, limiting traffic citations, he would be arrested for interference.
Brooks. Help you guys out. Let's all be safe here. All be safe, crossing together. Look at us all crossing together, being safe. Safety first. There they go again. Put all the they better stop. Yeah, I seen Chili got arrested. Looks like we got another officer over there in a suit. So I'll do the safety dance, safety dance, safety dance. So I'm gonna grab like 3 of these and bring them over to the other side. Oh, that's the chief right there. That's the chief right there, guys. Safety. 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 That's the chief right there, guys. Put these in their rightful place. There. Now people can be safe on both sides of the road. Yeah, that's the chief right there.
Randy, you need to not interfere.
How we doing, Chief? I'm not interfering.
Well, you are when you're doing that with the flags. This is a state-funded operation, and this is...
I'm just crossing the crosswalk.
Hey, listen, if you have the flag and you're walking with those officers, you're interfering. I'm asking you to stop that.
Really?
Okay? Yes.
You gonna arrest me otherwise?
If you continue that, the likelihood is we will arrest you.
So I'm not allowed to cross the crosswalk?
You are allowed to cross, but you're not allowed to cross with the flag during this official operation.
So I'm not able to cross the the sidewalk.
Now no.
I've been thoroughly warned, Chief.
So the chief says that he is allowed to cross the street, and he's even allowed to cross back and forth with the officers, but he's not allowed to use the orange flags that were put there specifically for the purpose of making pedestrians in the crosswalk visible. You guys may recognize this uneducated clown of a police chief from a video of mine that he starred in years ago.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Something I can help you with?
No, I'm good, thanks.
What are you videoing?
This is everything I can see.
No, but what are you thinking? What are you doing?
What's that?
What are you videoing in here?
Everything I can see.
Who are you?
It's irrelevant. Who are you?
No, I need your ID.
You need my ID?
Yes, please, thank you. Can I have your ID, please?
Hold on 1 second. Let me get my lawyer for you.
I don't need your lawyer. I need your ID.
That would get you in a lot of trouble. So.
I don't think so.
Who are you?
I'm the chief. And if you're going to come into my lobby and videotape, in today's day and age, I think I have the right to ask you to identify yourself. Sir, do you have news media identification?
Don't need it.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Well, you can like it all you want, Gary.
Hey, this is the chief. Can you send a couple guys down to the lobby?
Because I feel kind of threatened at this point. You guys are, you're calling more people with guns out here for a guy with a camera.
What gun?
There's a gun right there.
Sure enough.
There's a gun right there. There's extra magazines. How many times do you think you need to shoot me? I mean, that's a lot of magazines. It's just a camera.
Bro, where are you coming from with the gun?
Exactly. Where are you coming from? Let me just walk around and do my video. Leave me alone. Can we do that?
I'd like to know what your purpose is.
It doesn't matter what you'd like to know. In case you didn't notice, multiple other officers did come out, peek their heads out, see what was going on, and immediately turn and walk away because they knew what was going on. Eventually, one of the guys underneath him had to call him off and tell him to stop embarrassing himself because he couldn't just walk away himself. And this new video of him shows that he hasn't learned a dang thing in the last few years. It also shows that he puts revenue generation over public safety and officer safety. He made it perfectly clear that making pedestrians visible to drivers, preventing them from getting hit by cars, could result in his arrest. The truth is that overall, most Logan police officers are pretty decent people. But Gary Jensen has always been the crap stain on the underwear of the Logan Police Department. He's an embarrassment to the department and the community, and everyone knows it, except maybe him. Come on, guys, keep your Gary Jensen locked up in his office and stop letting him out to embarrass himself and the rest of the department. I did have a wonderful conversation with Lieutenant Brett Randall with the Logan Police Department for about 30 minutes. I've been wrong before, but overall, he genuinely seemed to me as if he really just wanted to prevent pedestrians from being hit by cars. He informed me that prior to this operation, there had been a few pedestrian accidents in Logan this year as it started to warm up. But in the weeks leading up to, during, and prior to the operation, there had been none. He informed me that a big part of the operation is not just the actual sting operation where they pull people over, but the news media informing the public in the weeks leading up to the operation that they'll be conducting it. It appears, based on the numbers, that the public awareness alone led to less accidents. But let's also not look past what we all just witnessed. If pedestrians would take an active part in making themselves visible to drivers, and making sure that drivers see them before they even step out into the road, maybe they wouldn't get steamrolled. He informed me that there's a lot of college students that get hit by cars. My thought is, if you made it to college and you still can't cross the road without getting hit by a car, you may not be as educated as you thought you were. You may have missed grasping some life skills that you should have picked up at a younger age.